Hey everyone, Matt Pisarcik from RazorEmporium.com. Today, to do a review we've been dreaming up for years. The Gillette toggle. Let's get started. Okay, we are all lathered up with my go-to for reviews, Parasso White for sensitive skin. I say it every time. I like to hold that variable constant. We are going to get loaded up now with a Rhodium revamped 1960 fourth quarter Gillette toggle adjustable razor. And we're going to be using a Permasharp blade, which is now my go-to, since Paul Silver has left the market for as much as I can tell. I could be wrong, it could come back, but so far my sources are telling me it's gone. Sorry to break it to you. And for me, I loved it as well. We'll see, who knows. So the Gillette toggle. Gillette's first adjustable razor. I have it on number 4. Pretty good. I may bump it up to number 5. I have quite a lot of stubble to go through. I think it's been 5 days without a shave. I have a weird job, guys. I don't always have to shave for my job. So a lot of guys say, I gotta shave every day. I'm a cop or I'm in the military or whatever. I have the opposite problem. I have to shave for work sometimes. Yeah, I'm up to number 5 now and I'm really liking this. Very nice. It's very efficient. It's cutting through the hair with ease, and it's leaving me a really nice near BBS one-pass shave. And to get that, guys, I always talk about the one-pass BBS. You really got to do cold water. And I know I may mention that sometimes, but cold water is just absolutely the best for my mileage. But a lot of other guys out there, I get a lot of emails, people asking me, shaving advice, and I always tell them a couple things. Use a pre-shave, go one pass with the grain, and use cold water. And if you're still getting irritation after those things, let me know, because that usually solves a lot of problems. Other major thing is skin stretching. Always do it. Even if you just move your face muscles around, always keep that skin nice and taut. So the toggle design from Gillette, not only was it their first adjustable, it's their only quick opening razor that just flicks open with this little tiny lever at the bottom. And it's built from the bottom up, or I should say from that knob up, it's identical to, like, let's say a red dot razor, a red dot Fat Boy. It's just this little lever down here that takes the place of twisting a knob. But in Gillette's mind, it was going to be another way of getting you to change blades faster, and that always leads to changing blades more often. I personally love the design. I think it's a really unique piece of Gillette's history. The toggle market today has been pretty constant since I've been involved with wet shaving since 2005, and they've always been in demand since then. There were a couple different versions of the toggle. We have an entire video about the history of the Gillette adjustables you can see on our YouTube channel. I won't get into all the details, but there were probably 4 or 5 versions of this razor released at different times. This is the 1960 Christmas F4, like F like Foxtrot. Definitely the most common. The design itself is beautiful to look at, but to work on is quite challenging. I'm going to dial down to 4 for my neck. That's the whole beauty of an adjustable razor. Very, very complex mechanism in terms of adjustment and how many springs and levers there are, parts. We have a whole video as well on the disassembly and reassembly of a toggle, just for you to see what we have to work on whenever these come in for service. But this razor was also kind of Gillette's first way of getting their feet wet with the adjustable market and learning. And this is what ended up leading to razors like the Fat Boy, the Slim, the Super Adjustable, was because of what they learned in market data from releasing this razor into different test cities. And they had different configurations with numbers, different handle lengths, toggle sizes, the actual lever. But yeah, it's been a razor that I think everyone kind of dreams of, right? Everyone kind of thinks of, oh man, if only I can go to that estate sale and find one, or that antique store, or maybe Grandpa's got one in the bathroom. Even in poor condition, these command at least 100, if not 150 bucks. Of course, this one's revamped in Rhodium in our shop, and so it does go for a little more. $400, $500, $600 easily for these guys. Just depends on condition. They're definitely not as common as the Fat Boy or Slim. One reason for that is, from what we can tell, they were heavily promoted and sold during Christmas time. That's why you also see the F4, like the 4th quarter on it. I haven't even mentioned the shave. I'm blabbing about history and all this crap. The shave's really nice. It reminds me a lot of a Fat Boy. The adjustment mechanism is similar to a Fat Boy, but it's a little different. It's actually more like a red dot Fat Boy. I like that it's been able to adjust to the different parts of my face, like my beard and my cheeks, or sorry, my goatee and my cheek area. I have it on a 5. On my neck, especially my lower neck, number 4, even number 3. And that was the whole idea. Gillette was thinking to themselves, after the success of the Super Speed Trio, the blue tip, the red tip, the flare tip, how can we put all these into one? And that's literally what they said, that numbers 1, 2, 3 are going to be like the blue tip, number 4, 5, 6 like the flare tip, number 7, 8, 9 like the red tip. Okay. All right, cold splash. Feels good. We'll finish up with some Proraso Aftershave Balm. Also the white for sensitive skin has got green tea and oatmeal. And I find it especially helpful in the winter time. We're filming this right now and it's late November, early December. And so any time of the year where it's cold and your skin's a little more dry, the balms just feel wonderful. Splashes, I'd like splash here and there, especially in the summertime, that feels nice. But balms in the winter, for sure. And I even take the balm and just kind of put it through my goatee, just to kind of keep my facial hair on my face not getting so dried out. It's like a cheap conditioner. Or a cheap beard balm, I guess. Yeah, so that's the Gillette toggle. I had a very enjoyable shave. Yeah, I think if you like the Fat Boy, you like the Slim, you'll definitely like this razor. It's different than a Parker variant or Merkur Progress adjustable because it's not changing just the blade gap only. This actually changes the blade gap plus the blade angle, the way it works. It pushes the blade up and then the blade ends up hitting the doors, so then it kind of gets pitched back down. And that keeps on changing. As it gets higher and higher, the pitch keeps on kind of changing, but the gap's also changing. So it's a unique razor because of that. All the Gillette adjustables do that, by the way, the blade gap and blade angle at the same time. And to my knowledge, they're still the only razors on the market that do that. Even my own Rex Ambassador doesn't do that. It just changes blade gap alone. So it does kind of, it makes the adjustments not exactly the same. You know, it's not like number 6 on here is number 6 on the Ambassador or the Merkur Progress or whatever. They're different. So if you haven't already tried one, check one out. The Gillette Toggle, one of the coolest razors from Gillette. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below if you thought, you know, this shave was cool or had a question. And if you leave a comment, you'll be entered in to win this, the official Razor Emporium black and blue t-shirt. That's all you have to do. We've been sending out tons of t-shirts recently and people are loving it. We're loving it. So, and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're not already. You know, this is a pretty cool place to be, the YouTube channel of Razor Emporium. And we'll see you here next time for all things vintage shaving. Thanks, guys.